Anybody else? Y'all got any characters? Like, did y'all think of somebody?
Well, you mentioned them earlier, much earlier in the podcast. I'm gonna go ahead and throw them out there. I'll bear this cross. Fucking Bakugo. All right, so look here. I can't stand him because at first he didn't come off too sideways to me. So I'm just like, he got his power, so be it. But once I kind of started seeing how he treated Deku, I'm just like, okay, you kind of being like the rich kid to his poor kid, and I really don't like that. That is not cool to me. And once Deku finally ended up getting some sort of a power because of All Might, it's like he turned it up a notch. Like he's like, oh look, you can't be here. You can't stand next to me. I'm better than you. I've had it since I was born. Go out. You a zero. And I'm just like, why are you like this? Who pissed in your cereal this morning? Who pissed in your tea this morning? I need to know. And it's bad because his mom is actually pretty good people. I don't know where he gets that from. And, and I'm just like, every episode, I'm just like, you making me not like you even further because you keep shitting on Deku because he keeps hurting himself with his powers, trying to save your goofy ass. And just like, as much as I hate to mention what Long Beach Griffey did in one episode, I just felt like he needed to be folded one good time by Deku. If Deku could fold him one good time, he'll shut up. He'll shut up. But as I continue to watch, and I'm still not caught up on the latest of My Hero Academia right now, it isn't that I so much as hate him now. I just feel like he needs to be humbled. He needs to be humbled. If he can be humbled one good solid time, I guarantee you, he'll turn over a new leaf and just use his powers like he's supposed to. Because at some point in time, I felt like maybe he was going to end up being a fucking villain if given the chance. But I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. But what you got, Sage? Talk to me.
So it's not that I hate Bakugo. I don't like him, but I hate his fans. I hate the
Oh, yeah,
fans. It's
definitely.
like, oh yeah, he would be a better protagonist than Deku. No, the fuck he wouldn't.
No, he
This
wouldn't.
nigga a piece of shit. He
Crazy.
sucks. You know.
That's a
But
wild
like
thing.
one thing that I will say this: Bakugo is well written in two things. Like one, he's never gonna be a villain because I always remember that one line that he had when they captured him, and they was like, "We gonna turn you," and he was like, "You'll never turn me. I've fallen in love with the face that All Might makes when he's winning." And I
Yep.
was like a cold line when he said that. He was just like, I just like
Yeah.
what it looked like when All Might win, and I'm gonna always be the hero, and I'm gonna always shit on y'all. I kind of fuck
Exactly.
with that. But like
Yeah.
overall, I do hate that character. Well, I do dislike the character, but I dislike his fans more. Like he's so much worse. Like people like, oh, he's like Hiei. Oh, he's like Vegeta. No, he's not. He's
No,
not
the
like
hell he
Hiei.
isn't.
No,
He's
he
not
is
like
not.
Hiei. And he's not like Vegeta.
Mm-mm.
I
Not
understand
like
he's
that.
a rival character, but like he's picking on somebody. Like Hiei not picking on. He's picking on Kuwabara, but not really. Like Kuwabara, he fired back, and he's like a yeah, it's a comedy angle. Like
Yeah.
they ain't no like
Mm-hmm.
this man Bakugo is literally telling people like, "Hey, bro, go kill yourself."
He's a
Like
toxic
Exactly.
rival if he's a rival.
Exactly. Pull
he
it
ain't
off.
he ain't no Vegeta. I'm not trying to hit that. Like Goku is not bothered by Vegeta at all. Like because he keeps surpassing Vegeta, and Vegeta sees it. Vegeta can see it in his face. Like I mean, like Goku. Excuse me. Goku sees Goku. Like man, I'm better than you. And Vegeta like he is better than me. And he just got to accept it. Every
Yep.
arc, like Goku will like Vegeta will, like achieve some new power and show off, and Vegeta. I mean, and
Yeah.
Goku will be like, and like I got this. Like even when they got the same powers,
It's
somehow
almost
Goku
like
still managed to win. Like when he beat Hit, you just like
mhm.
y'all got the same Super Saiyan form. Like how are you like why are you still losing? And the manga explained it. The anime didn't explain it. The manga was just I mean the anime was just like look it's just Goku. He's just better than that dude. That's why. But Bakugo like I will say I in reluctant defense of Bakugo, there is a well written aspect to his character because he's the all NBA of your high school and who just suddenly went to college, or like the best player in college that suddenly went to the NBA, and all of a sudden he got to realize, oh shit, all these motherfuckers is good,
Yep.
and like he's constantly trying, like he came from this area where he was supposed to be the best, the number one, and he thought he was just
Mhm.
gonna smooth ride his way all the way to the top, and then he got to UA and learned very quickly, no, I'm not. There are people that are better than me. There are people that have gone through more than me. There are people who are from like hero families. Like that smooth ride to the top, it don't exist, and I'm gonna have to work. And that's part of why he angry all the time. That's part of why he's
Yep.
like constantly pissed. Because when you said he got to be humbled, no, he needs to be humbled by Deku. being humble himself, that ain't gonna get it because he get humbled all the time. When he fought All Might limited his power like by a shit ton, and he punched that dude so hard he threw up. He like limited his power, and he still like bear in mind like All Might at that point wasn't the All Might of the past, and he still limited his power. So he like it's like double limiting. He could put himself at like several percentages lower than what he should be. Punched dude in the stomach one good time, and Bakugo folded, threw up like it just like looked bad, which I enjoyed because still fuck him. But like I understand why people like I understand
Why
his
people
character,
like
why he's so angry. I don't understand why people like him. Fuck him. Like I get the writing behind him, but just like he's just such a toxic piece of shit that I'm like, look, man, get this man out. And then just to say that he should be the main character in place of Deku is out of control. What's going on, Terrence?
I'll say this: the thing about Bakugo, and characters like him in fiction, and I'm not gonna go on like a tangent on this, but it's kind of like like Iron Man. Iron Man and Doctor House, like characters like that. It's like the asshole where it's like in the movies we love these characters, but in real life you would absolutely hate this person. And so Bakugo is kind of like that. It's like the fans, it seems like they really like him for whatever reason. But if you were to actually have somebody like that in real life, you wouldn't stand him at all. So I don't know. That kind of stuff is just weird. I put it that way.
That's big facts, Terrence. And also, Sage, you definitely said what I didn't say out loud. I said he need to be humble. I didn't say by Deku, but in my heart, I'm just like, it should be him. I want Deku to fold his ass like a fucking t-shirt.
The only way he's ever gonna learn is to get folded by Deku, because otherwise, like he's been like he fights villains and he's seen like he went up against what's my man's name? Hot Cold.
Mm-hmm.
He went up against
Todoroki.
Yeah, Todoroki. Yeah, Todoroki. He went up against
Shoto Todoroki. Talking about an actual villain named Hot Cold.
They got some silly names, so that is possible.
They do got some goofy ass names. But he went up against Shoto Todoroki and got like he won that fight, but it was obvious he wasn't supposed to win that fight. Like Todoroki clearly wasn't gonna use like the other side of his powers. And so like he won. He like won and he was pissed. He was like, fuck, I couldn't have beat you if you actually tried. Like, I hate this. Like, he was so pissed that they like had to tie him up and tie him down so he couldn't talk because he was like, so they was like, look, you got the number one. He's like, I don't want that shit. Like, it's not worth it. And like that, like seeing him like clearly noticed time and time again, and without spoiling it, it happens more in the manga. Like, and so of course you're gonna see it more in the anime. Like seeing him realize his limits over and over again and get angry amuses me to no end because still fuck him. And like his fans, fuck them too. I'm sorry. Like y'all got to get over it. And I know Rakeem is kind of a fan. I just mean the fans that are like, I prefer him to Deku. He's a much better character than Deku. Like
the nut huggers.
Can I just
go ahead, King?
I'm so tired of this anti-Deku propaganda online.
Oh
like,
man,
everybody.
Here we go.
I know it's like a number podcast. If that's one thing I hate, is people who come like, man, he cried. Oh, he's not one shot and everything. Oh, his powers hurt him. Fuck all of y'all. This is a child coming to his own in a power he can't possibly understand because he's never had powers before.
Grew up getting bullied all the time.
Look, so like, I gotta get it. I'm so tired of that argument. It just doesn't make any sense. And we have to stop this comparison of Shonen. We talked about this before in the podcast. We gotta stop comparing everything to Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and these god characters. Let's be very honest about here. Like these overpowered characters, their character development becomes stunted because they get so powerful.
Right.
They struggle early, but then it becomes so overpowered, you lose that element of them progressing naturally. And like when you find somebody actually progress naturally, you just like you can't take it anymore because you've seen niggas. You've seen gentlemen. You've seen gentlemen power up.
Just say it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah.
My fellas.
My fellas. My fellas. But you see these characters like jump up in power so much and power scaling and blow through these enemies that when you see a character who actually is progressing at a normal pace like a normal person would. He's in school, he's learning, he's done an internship, he's gone through training, he's mentored under other heroes. He has had a natural progression for a character. And people are like, fuck this.
It's not fast
because he
enough.
ain't overpowered. It's not fast enough for me. But that could just be a sign of times too. We're just we got to have it right now. Kind of.
I mean,
culture.
that could be a case of that. Yeah.
It is a lot of that, but also it's like I think with overpowered characters that people never know when to end their show. Like
That's a great point.
If your character can blow up a planet, it's time to end the show. Like, damn it, that's the end of the show. Even like with Dragon Ball Z, they gave you another end point. Like Goku now has a power where he can counter any attack without thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like it's time to grab that on up. Like you introduce a protagonist that like, oh, even though you got it, I got a better version, or I'm better than what you got. Like, no, that's dumb. It was time to wrap the show up. But yeah, I agree. And it like this thing about Deku, and I don't want to like get into this too long, but I do have to say it. I'd cry too if every bone in my body broke every time I use my power. Like, in fact, ain't no heroism. I've been like, I'm gonna be a hero. Yeah, I'm being a hero. And then as soon as I like use my powers and everything broke, look, y'all on your own. I don't know what's gonna happen. All for all is out here taking everything. They ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm out, bro. I'm out.
Exactly.
Like, all for one is about to fold. All y'all, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm finna go back to my mom's house, and we gonna figure something else out. I'm gonna be a public servant.
Exactly. Shit.
So he better than me. That's all I can tell you. So I'm sorry. Like y'all got a lot of nerve acting like y'all would be any different if using the power, just the use of it once, broke every bone in your body. Even when he learned the ability to like do the little finger flick, it shattered every bone in his hands. Like it got so bad, and y'all know this. You watch the show. It got so bad he can't use his arms for those powers anymore. He has to use his legs now.
Yeah, he has permanent scarring.
He has permanent. I wish I might. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a hero. I want to be one that bad. It's one thing to use power, like to get your ass beat in the course of a fight, and maybe you punch somebody so hard you broke your arm. But every time you use your powers, you breaking shit. I'm finna retire. I'm finna go. I'll skip those powers. Even if I wanted to be a hero, I'm finna go make some money and I'll turn into Iron Man or something, or Batman. Them powers would be a last resort if I'm in danger. Never mind y'all. Y'all will be all right. If I'm personally in danger, I guess I use these powers to save myself. Otherwise, you don't get the fuck up out of here. Like it's no way. So Deku is a lot better than most people are, and people not giving him credit for it.